Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Yeah No No Yeah. In this one, we are joined by a surprise guest. We have Julia from moving___pictures joining us yet again for her second time on the podcast. And for the topic, then Liam suggested the theme of alien movies. So me, Liam, and Keelan all picked our own alien movie to talk about. So we hope you guys enjoy those discussions. It was a great episode. As always, look out for the timestamps in the description of the episode if you want to jump to a certain point, avoid spoilers and all of that. And don't forget that we do have a Patreon, so if you want to support the podcast, we would greatly appreciate it. All of the donations go towards the episode artwork that we do. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the episode, and let's get into it. So we got a special guest back. Woo. Yes, I didn't know. I mean, we didn't even know this till this morning.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a surprise guest for us.
You may remember her from episode 26, The Whale Zone.
Yeah.
Best episode.
I wasn't on that one.
Yeah, good. We always start with like how we've been doing. So do you want to go first, Julia?
True.
How you been doing?
It's dark early, and it makes me really. I've been like so depressed because the sun goes down at like 4 p.m.
I don't understand seasonal depression. I don't get it. Like,
I love it when it gets dark.
I honestly never really had it before, but like, I don't know. It's just I don't understand why it has to get dark so early.
I love
daylight savings time is just so weird.
I mean, I like the gloom, but like I can't even see it because it's dark. You know, like that. But I've been watching a lot of movies, so that's good.
Hell yeah.
That's always fun.
There you go.
Keelan, how you doing?
Good.
Huh? What do you ask?
How you doing?
He's still getting that hand sanitizer out of his eyes. He's still doing that.
No, it just went on my glasses, don't worry. Yeah, before we started recording, I tried to squirt a little hand sanitizer on my hand, but I accidentally squirted it into my face because I'm a fucking idiot.
And that's what's new in Keelan's life. How are you, Quinn?
You got to get your hands all nice and clean for the next 2 hours of sitting by yourself.
Exactly.
No, I'm doing good. The biggest change for me is that I ended up saying fuck it, and I ended up getting another cat. To explain, you know, first of all, it's so stupid. Like these apartments, they said no pets, and then I move in here and I see like half the neighbors in my freaking apartment have dogs and shit, and so like, okay, well that just doesn't seem right. So I looked into it, and basically if I get a pet registered as an emotional support animal, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do about it. And to be honest, she is an emotional support animal. Yeah, because it's like the law. It's like the Fair Housing Act or something. Like there's nothing landlords can really do about it if you have an actual doctor say, like, you know, this is.
You went to a doctor for this?
No, I did not go, and I didn't go to a physical doctor. There's like a survey I took. It took me like 5 minutes to do, and then I had to pay like a fucking $100 to get this like verified or whatever. But then I just got a thing emailed to me from an actual doctor apparently saying like, yeah, she is an emotional support animal. And like the email they gave me, or like the papers saying it, make me sound so pathetic though. They made it sound like Quinn's like the doctor worded it like, Quinn's psychological disorder requires that he has this pet. Like, his life is so stressful. He's so, like, stressed out and, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, you didn't have to go that hard. But anyway, yeah, so
He's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him have a cat.
She's just sleeping on the ground behind me now. She was kind of bothering me as I was setting up all this stuff. She was stepping on the laptop and stuff.
What's her name?
Willow. Her name's Willow because me and Kath were kind of throwing around that name for like future kids. But I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna name my cat Willow because that's kind of a cool name for a cat.
You can't name your kid Willow now because you'll have had a cat named Willow.
And we'll treat the kid like a pet, and that's not right. So, yeah.
It's good that you got a like cat there, but I feel so bad for Ripley and Xena.
I do too. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. Like, I liked those cats, but I do feel good now knowing that they're together with another owner that I know is probably giving them more attention than I was able to give them, because, like, my life at the time was just, like, I felt like I didn't have enough time for them. I'm just glad they're together. Like, I'm not too sad about it. That's that's the main thing, but this is kind of like my fresh start.
I don't know if I have too much new with me. Lots of work and shit, and I don't know. It's been really, really hot. Really fucking hot. And I hated it.
Does it ever get cold in Australia or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
it was, like, cold for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, it was cold for a while up until, like, the last few months, because it's, like, spring. Well, technically it's spring now, but, like, tomorrow it'll be, like, technically summer. Like, we're not even into the summer yet, and it's already this fucking hot, so I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh. Well, what is after that? Patrons? All right, shouting out the patrons. We got Kath at Kath Fernway on Instagram. Thanks, Kath.
Thank you,
Being
Kath.
a patron.
Thank you, Kath.
Would you like to thank yourself?
I would like to thank myself for being a patron. I love supporting the podcast. And
You're so sarcastic.
everybody, I'm trying to sound like a radio person. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I've been supporting the podcast, and it's really great.
Thank you, Sarah's Popcorn Chat, for being a patron as always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank
Yay,
you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Sarah.
Thank
Good
you.
shit.
And thanks, Ardor Film, for being a patron.
Thank you.
Look at that,
Two
it's no
in a
longer
row.
it's 2 in a row. Good streak. It's no longer a joke now, because like I'm no longer dyslexic. I'm
know.
afraid I'm turning dyslexic. There you go.
Thank you, Mom. Luna ___ Pearl.
Thank you, Liam's
Thanks, Liam's mom.
And big news.
And big
Take it
news,
away.
we got a new patron. We got a new
Holy
patron
crap.
recently. My brother. We got my brother who's a Patreon.
mom. Hell yeah, thank you, Quinn's brother.
My Graham is his name. I don't even know if I said his name. Graham. My brother Graham. Yeah, from our episode 40, a couple episodes ago, Murder, Ghosts, and Videotapes, then I asked, which of these movies is your favorite? Such an original question I asked. But yeah, out of the 3 movies we talked about, Pulse, Videodrome, and Angst, we got a couple votes, and both of them voted for Videodrome.
Let's fucking
Wow.
go. Let's fucking go.
I knew you'd be excited about that. That's crazy.
So now we're doing what we've been watching.
Let's let
Our
our
guest?
guest go. Ladies first.
I watched I've been meaning to watch this movie forever, ever. I watched 1 Hour Photo with
Nice.
Robin
Oh,
Williams.
that's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, it definitely feels like an early 2000s movie, but I think it's edited in a really special way, and there was a lot of dialogue and moments that made me really emotional, and it surprised me.
I think I'm
I
the
did
only
really
person
enjoy it.
here who hasn't seen it. I
I
think.
think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I only watched it for
It's
the
a good
first
one.
time like last year.
Same. It's last year.
I
It
do
was
want
good.
to.
I was laughing though, because it's not a spoiler, but when he's kind of like imagining this specific scenario, and he's like on
Yeah.
the toilet.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's on the toilet. What's going on?
That
But yeah.
scene gave me so much anxiety because I thought it was real. But yeah.
No, I was like, get out of there. I was like, you gotta get out of there.
I'd like to rewatch
Yeah,
it because like
that's
it
a great movie.
started to lose me in like the last act or so because it just gets like so heightened when I was like I was a big
Yeah.
fan of how it built up, like it was like very well built up with like the slow pacing. Robin Williams is fucking phenomenal in it. He is so fucking good in it.
It's one of his
He's
best
so
performances
good.
ever. Yeah.
He's so
was so
amazing.
good.
But yeah, towards the end, I was just like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then I was like, "Oh, I love you, you sweetie." Like, and then I was like, "You're crazy."
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but
He's a complicated guy. He's a very complicated character.
I gave it 4.5.
9. That's a 9 out of 10, folks. It's probably like an 8 or 9 for me. Yeah. It was
I
really
think I
good.
give it a 7. I watched a television series called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and it was quite good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You finished it already.
I was very worried because the clips I'd seen beforehand were awful, and the first episode was like very, very bleh. It was just kind of retreading the first act of the movie and the comics, and my mindset going in was it was going to be just like a remake of the movie, or you know, a retelling of the story with just little bits from the comics added in. So I was just like, okay, I'll watch this out of curiosity. And it wasn't that, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I won't give any spoilers because it is something you can spoil even if you are very familiar with Scott Pilgrim. It's just wonderful. It's really well written. Everyone's back from the fucking original movie. You got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, fucking Chris Evans, all the exes, everyone fucking cast member, they're back. It's great. I watched it all in a day, which is rare for me. I never fucking watch entire TV shows in a day, but it's, 8 episodes, 20 minutes an episode. The first 2 episodes are they're alright, but when the third episode kicks in, it's fucking great. Yeah, it's good to the end of the show after the second episode. I give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm really hesitant about watching it, honestly.
I would recommend watching it. Yeah, I would genuinely recommend watching it. I was hesitant as well, but it fucking surprised me. It really surprised me.
I went to the theater out of town and watched Eli Roth's new movie, Thanksgiving, which was a great surprise, actually. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun movie. So and honestly, like, this is it's kind of special because, like, I think this is Eli Roth's one and only good movie out of all the movies he's made. So, like, it's a pretty special thing.
I'm pissed off about it.
Oh.
I refuse to watch it.
Damn. Wait, why?
Because when it was announced, I was hoping it was going to be in the style of the Grindhouse trailer. That's my big reservation with it.
See, I feel like I'm literally the only person that hasn't seen that trailer. I've not seen that trailer, so I went into this just with this movie, and I don't know. I just went in blind. I didn't even watch the trailer for this movie alone, so, like, it was just a nice surprise. It was a lot of fun. It kind of felt like what I didn't get out of the new Scream movies and even kind of the new Halloween movies. Like, what I was wanting to get out of those, I kind of got out of this. I don't really know how to describe that, just the feeling of it. And, like, yeah, it was just, it's about damn time we have a Thanksgiving slasher. I don't know how it's taken this long. I'm sure there's some, like, B-movie crap out there of, like, Thanksgiving slashers, but this one I can see turning into a franchise. And, like, hey, if it stays good, I'm fine with it.
I honestly have, like, no interest in watching his movies because they all seem kind of bad, but
yeah, the only one I really like is Hostel.
I want to watch Knock Knock just because it looks hilarious. That's all.
Knock Knock is really entertaining, and I also want to take this opportunity to remind everybody that Eli Roth commented hearts on my Hostel and Cabin Fever post.
Whoa.
Back in the day.
It's pretty awesome.
What a guy.
To close up on that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this movie, it made enough money. It was accessible enough. I feel like I can see him doing more of these, to be honest. So, I don't know. It's his first, like, legitimately good movie, I think. So, people should check it out. I gave it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it totally leaves it open for a sequel, by the way, too. Like, the ending, I'm not going to give it away, obviously, but, like, the ending is blatantly setting it up for, like, okay, there's probably going to be another one.
Can't movies just be movies?
No,
I know.
There have to be entire franchises.
I watched a movie that presumably none of you give a shit about. I watched The Marvels.
I give a shit about it.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I'll watch
the
it when
only
it comes to
person who
Disney
said
Plus.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah, but Liam's the only one that's cared enough to actually go and see it in the theaters out of all of us. So
yeah, fuck that.
Yes, to make the time for
Very
it.
cringe.
I get to see it for free, and I still didn't go. So, like, I mean,
Same.
I just, and it's not because of the whole, like, Brie Larson, like, people. That's a stupid reason.
I
just
still don't understand that shit. It's ridiculous.
I've never understood it.
Do people not like her?
People,
she's just
people
made...
didn't like her right from the moment she was announced as Captain Marvel. They've just had problems with her non-stop, and it's all, like, just the most ridiculous, petty bullshit.
So, Liam, did you love it?
I didn't love it, but I did like it. And I just thought it was, like, a really fun movie, honestly. Like, it's definitely not top-tier Marvel or anything like that, but it's, like, really just fun to just turn your brain off and watch and enjoy. Like, it's exactly what Scorsese says it is, really. Like, it's a theme park ride. But it's a fun one, and I enjoyed it. I really like the characters a lot. I thought they just bounced off each other really well, and I was feeling a lot of, like, nice feminine energy going on, and I was really appreciating it. So I liked it, and I thought it had some funny moments. It had some cool moments. It sets up shit, like, toward the end, obviously, because, like, post-credit shit and all that. And with that stuff, I am honestly really excited for where it goes from there, and it did something that I didn't expect it to do, so that's cool. But yeah. I doubt that anyone really gives much of a fuck about it, honestly, because, like, the movie's kind of bombing from what I hear. So
yeah, it's bombing hard.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, all of the past superhero movies have kind of been bombing, from like The Flash to Blue Beetle. I think it's just superhero fatigue that people have, like, not really specifically hate towards this movie, you know. I don't know, that's just what a lot of superhero movies
but we did have Guardians 3 like semi recently, and that was very big. Like, people loved it, and it goes to show that like it goes to show that when you make like a good superhero movie, people do notice and they do want to see it. But I don't think that people are really giving the Marvels a chance at all. They're just kind of like, oh, it's out, I'm not going to watch it, blah, blah, blah. That's it.
I think it's also kind of mostly from a place of, like, confusion. Because if they just called it, like, Captain Marvel 2, I feel like it might have, you know, gotten more money. But in saying that, you also...
It is really equally split between the three, like, who we follow, I mean.
So, but from what I understand, to completely understand the film, you have to see Secret Invasion, Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and Miss Marvel.
You don't know. I don't think you have to see Secret Invasion. There is stuff to do with Secret Invasion, I know that, but it doesn't go like in depth to it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's more that you have to watch like Miss Marvel to watch it, which I did, and I like that too. I thought it was cool.
That could be another thing too. Like, your average viewer is kind of disconnected from the shows. There's people that only focus on the movies, and so when they don't know who Miss Marvel is, so like that could have been another thing too. I mean, are they going to want to watch? Your average person watch a mini series to understand a movie? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's not a reason, but
I will say though, I'm really, really liking Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. I think she's like honestly nailed it. I was really not sold on her when I heard that she was announced and stuff, because I didn't think that she really looked the part for that character, but she's really doing a good job, and I like her a lot.
Yeah, the chemistry between the three of them, from what I've seen, just doing screen checks at work and stuff, I am looking forward to watching it because they look fun together. So if it gives me that, it'll be a fine movie. I don't expect it to be as like bad as the fucking Flash or anything.
Oh, it's not. It's like even Quantumania. It's like a huge step up from that.
Oh, Quantumania is like a new level of low. Don't even discuss that.
Hey, Julia liked that movie, okay? Julia loved that movie.
I don't care.
I mean, I've had a lot of fun with it in the theater, but it really was like a nothing movie.
Kind of was.
What rating would you give the Marvels?
I think probably like a 7. I think.
Whoo.
Yeah. More positive on it than I am negative, definitely.
That's good.
But there are still some things that are wrong with it, for sure.
Liam's a feminist. Woo!
I am. If there's one thing you could say about me.
I watched Dumb Money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I wanted
to
see
about that movie, yeah. I wanted to see it too.
I liked it a lot. Actually, like, might bump it up another star, but I remember when all that stuff was happening during the pandemic, and it was so crazy. So just kind of being able to see, you know, like the story come together and everything, and it was really interesting.
I think I like exclusively watched that whole situation through Charlie's videos, I think.
Of course you did.
Yeah. So I know quite a bit about it, and that's why I want to watch the movie.
Does Charlie cameo on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah, I liked it.
I've seen a lot of good things about it. I'm looking forward to it. And Paul Dano is always great, so...
It's got quite a big cast, hasn't it, as well? Who else is in it?
Seth Rogen, right? Isn't he in it?
Seth Rogen. All your favorites, Liam. Seth Rogen, Pete Davidson.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
You lost me at Pete.
Come on.
You lost me at Mr. Pete. Oh, God.
The only thing I've seen him in where I've liked him is Bodies.
Yeah, true. Because
he
he plays an asshole and he plays good. Yeah.
I mean, he plays like the brother, and so he's in it. He's not like in it a super ton, but he's in it like a fair amount. I gave it 4 out of 5.
I watched a film called Gummo, which fucking knocked the shit out of me. I was so shocked by how much I loved it, and even especially reading about it afterwards. It has like an awful critical reception. It has like a 10 Metascore or whatever.
I really want to see that.
It's fantastic. It's one of the most like human portrayals of like poverty I've seen in a film. Like, because it's not like total poverty. It's just like a very disheveled community after like a major hurricane kind of, you know, shakes everything up. So it's about the day-to-day lives of like a couple of different characters, and it's more of like a hangout movie more than anything. And it does get into some quite dark topics, but it is very funny. It's very engaging. It's very entertaining. I really fucking liked it, and it's made me want to go back and watch some Harmony Korine films.
How many have you seen, Keelan?
I have only seen Gummo, The Beach Bum, and Spring Breakers.
Oh, wow.
And I will be watching Aggro Drift when that comes out, but that's another thing.
I
hated Spring...
You hated Spring Breakers?
Oh. I hated Spring Breakers, but I loved The Beach Bum. The Beach Bum was a lot of fun. I really liked that movie. I'd be open to rewatching Spring Breakers. Like, you know, it could have just been a time and place thing, because I think I watched it when I was like 17 or something.
Yeah, I really
don't think I fully understood it.
Yeah, that one's good. I mean, obviously, like, Kids is so incredible, but Mr. Lonely.
I want to see that too.
Mr. Lonely's actually, I think, one of my favorites of his.
Is that the Michael Jackson one?
Yeah, it's the one where all the people go and live on an island, and they're all impersonating a celebrity. So there's Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe, the Pope, like all of these people. And it's really, really sad. It's really, really good.
I wanted to watch that for a while as well, but I will be like wanting to watch more of Harmony Korine after Gummo, because that
I don't think
really
I've seen any of his films.
He's definitely a favorite of mine, but he's weird. And Gummo is really good. It's just sometimes it's hard to watch, like in a good way.
It can be very hard to watch. Like there's one scene like in the middle where like I won't get into it, but it was very fucking hard to watch. Otherwise, yeah, it's awesome. I really loved it. I give it a 9 out of 10. It could easily be a 10 on rewatch or further thinking, because it just really like affected me like no other film has in a while.
I was gonna mention you after you watched it, Keelan. I had a friend who had Mac tattooed on her knuckles.
That's awesome.
I tried to pick for each of my little recent things. I wanted to pick a movie, an album, and what I've been playing to switch it up. 3 different things. So I have an album. I finally listened to the new Poppy album that we didn't even know dropped, but it did.
I haven't listened to it yet. Damn it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I still don't know where I would put it, like amongst all of her other albums. Until I listen to it more, it might be my least favorite, but it's still pretty good. Like wasn't her last album Flux? Was that what that was?
I think so.
Probably not going to change as my favorite, I don't think, because I just love Flux. Flux slaps.
Yeah, and I thought that was the direction she'd be going with like her sound from then on, like more like a rock kind of, thing. But she kind of went back to her like techno pop vibe for this new album, and it works. There are some songs that really don't. Like, I think the title track, Zig, it might be the worst album or worst song she's ever put out. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's so, I couldn't stand that song. But other than that, my favorite songs off of it, Knockoff, Hard, What It Becomes. There's a lot of good songs on it. Yeah, it's just a very experimental pop album. So it's pretty good. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna do this next one because I feel like I'm obligated to. I listened to If You're Reading This It's Too Late by Drake.
Oh.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, please, I hope you didn't hate it or anything.
Oh, no.
What'd you think? Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
It couldn't have been.
I'm sorry.
It couldn't have been worse than his like early stuff though.
No,
right?
no.
I hope
it's
you
not.
at least enjoyed it more than that.
It's not.
Okay.
Nothing will be as bad as that shit. But like, I don't know. I'm not understanding the hype. I'm not getting it. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't get it. But I gave it. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like the only thing that I got out of it was like the Wednesday night interlude. I liked that song. I thought it was cool. But the rest of it, I was just like, dude, it sounds like the same as the last one. I don't know what's different about this one. Like, it's not speaking to me in any way. I thought this album
was just, I don't know. I thought the production, like the really like bare bones minimal production was cool. I like the beats. I like how aggressive he is compared to his last albums. Like, it's a bit more rapping than like sing-songy, you know?
Yeah.
It is,
I don't know.
It is more like rap focused, and I do think that the production is like solid, but it's just like a lot of the lyrics and like the way that Drake raps for me like can be a struggle, and I don't know, it just didn't do a hell of a lot for me. But I did listen to also What a Time to Be Alive, his collab with Future.
Oh shit.
And I thought that was like a half star better personally.
Okay.
Which
nice.
is probably a whack opinion.
No,
like,
I mean, people like that too, so...
I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah.
The one that I really liked off that one was Plastic Bag. I thought that was a really good song.
I fucking love that song. That's a great song.
Yeah,
Plastic
really
Bag.
Good.
I thought the production on that was even better, actually, that album. So,
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah,
I like the kind of rawness of If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Like, it's greatly produced, but there's like a rawness to it that I really enjoyed. Like, it was kind of like darker and moodier than any Drake album I'd heard before then. and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I thought the lyrics on it were actually pretty good from what I remember.
Me too.
And I think that's because like that was around the time the whole controversy with Drake having ghostwriters or whatever.
None of
Yeah.
the lyrics made me cringe or anything. I will say
That's
that,
good.
and that's a first for Drake, basically. So that's cool.
Definitely good.
I watched all of the Saw movies.
Oh, I
didn't
promise
know you
never
were
to
bringing
talk
that
about those
one
on this podcast again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I guess I'm breaking it.
I know I'm only supposed to say one, but I'm just gonna like put them all into a big ball and say, yeah, I watched them all. I loved them. I just talked about them with Liam the other day, but they're like so stupid and amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Good way
but
to
it
put
is
it.
funny because I was talking to Keelan about this too, and I do think that 7 is my least favorite.
Yeah,
Maybe
which is
4,
totally valid.
4 and 7, yeah.
Is 7 Jigsaw or what's that one?
7 is the one with
The final is that the final chapter?
It's
Is
the
it Saw
yeah,
3D?
final chapter. Yeah, Saw 3D.
Dude,
Saw
why
7.
I am fucking nuts because like I hate all of the movies, but Saw 3D is one of my favorite, like one of the better ones I thought. So like my opinion is completely
Get the
off.
fuck out of here. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I know.
I'm the mediator here. I quite like Saw 3D. I think
Nice.
it's fun, apart from
Me-
the final fucking death.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah, that was fucked up. But I like the cheesy. I did like the cheesy ending. Like,
Oh, it's so stupid.
it's so stupid. But I was kind of like, I mean, you know, you're so invested. You get so invested in the stupid story, and then when that happens, you're like, fuck yeah! It's like it's happening, you know? And yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
But what is really stupid is that they keep having flashbacks. Like they'll have a new character, and then they'll be like, guess what? This character has been here from the beginning. Here he is with John Kramer learning how to be like an apprentice. Like, eventually, if they just keep doing that, they'll just be like John Kramer in a fucking room with like 15 people, and he'll be like, okay, I'm gonna teach you all how to be Jigsaw, you know?
Yes, like
crazy.
look at this scene from Saw 1. Like if you panned like a few inches to the left, you would have seen
Yeah.
this guy.
This person was there. Yeah, they were there the whole time.
It's like a joke. It's literally a joke. Oh my God.
But and also
great.
like, and Hoffman is so ugly. But I was telling Keelan, I do love when he screams "fuck you," like he's so like New Jersey. Like I don't know, he's just crazy. But yeah,
He's Greek.
Wow.
is he
He's
Greek? He
Yeah.
seems like a guy from New Jersey. Like he just seems like an angry like New Yorker.
I get that. Hoffman kind of is like that.
And his lips are so big. Like he looks like he has fillers in his face. Like he's the most ridiculous looking person. And I think that's one of the reasons I love Saw is because just him being a main character makes it seem like a Lifetime original or something. Like he's like a soap opera looking guy. Like it's just crazy.
Like with Jigsaw's wife as well. Like she's such a terrible actress.
But I love her. Like Jill is like, she's the best. Like she always sweeps in and she's like, I'm doing John's business after death. Like,
What would you give the Saw series out of 10?
I mean, I rated them all so low, but I think that I would give them a 10 out of 10 because they gave me, like, my seasonal depression is happening, and I just couldn't wait to watch them. Like, I couldn't wait to watch people get, like, ripped apart and, like, have their guts thrown around and see, like, what these stupid fucking cops were gonna do. And, like, I wanted to see Hoffman scream, fuck you. Like, I was just like, this is good. This is really good for me. Yeah. I loved it.
Awesome. So happy to hear that.
Wow.
You're next, Liam.
Man,
sounds like
someday
a-
I'll rewatch them.
I think he's
Someday
gonna
I'll
have
rewatch
fun.
'em.
I think Liam's gonna have fun, like, laughing at it.
I probably will.
Yeah.
You might.
Yeah.
I know you didn't
Maybe.
like the first one that much, but
Yeah, because
the
I
rest
think
were just
going
like
in-
stupid.
I think
fucking boring.
into the rest, knowing that they kind of stuck in an amazing way is good.
Well, I guess this is more interesting to talk about. Okay, I watched a film called Welcome to the Dollhouse. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
it
I
was-
love that movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was directed by Todd Solondz, who did stuff like Happiness and all that. He also did Wiener Dog, and Wiener Dog is a fucking sequel to fucking Welcome to the Dollhouse, which I did not know that.
I saw you say that, and I think I did know that like for quite a while, but I just completely forgot about it. But I fucking love Wiener Dog still.
Wiener
That
Dog
movie's awesome.
I prefer Wiener Dog, but like it was
It's so
crazy
good.
because
like the song alone, the fucking
yes,
song. My
the intermission
God,
is fantastic.
it's crazy.
like the movie started and like they were calling like the little girl fucking wiener dog or whatever because they're all bullying her, and I was like, oh, that's kind of like that one movie I like. And halfway through, I realized, wait, is this like a prequel to Wiener Dog? And it fucking is. Greta Gerwig plays like the older version of the main character in Wiener Dog. It's weird. Yeah. Okay. And Kieran Culkin plays another character from Welcome to the Dollhouse. But yeah, no, it was very. It's one of those movies where it's just like, it's kind of about suburbia, and there's like a an underlying darkness to everything. Like there's kind of an uncomfortable element to it, which I really, really enjoyed, which I understand is like Todd Solondz's main thing. And also like the main hook of the film is like very disturbing and weird, where it's just like a 12-year-old girl trying to get like an older man to fall in love with her. It's very fucking, it's strange, weird. But it's a lot of fun.
I
need
to
funny.
Watch more of his movies.
I really want to see Happiness. That's the one I'm really looking forward to the most. But Heather Matarazzo was great in it. She is so fucking great, even for like what, she was like 12 or 13 when it came out. She kills it. And yeah, it's well directed, well shot. Really enjoyed it. I'd give it a high 7 out of 10. Not quite an 8, but it's nearly there.
To finish off my variety of things, I wanted to do a gaming thing. So I've been in a very rare gaming mood for some reason. And I fucking just like grinded through an entire video game since the last time we recorded. And that's Dead Space, the remake that came out this year. So I don't know if we got any survival horror players.
I got the remake.
But you did, but you haven't played it yet?
I've played half of it. I haven't finished it yet, but what I've played is fucking fantastic. Especially since I never played the original.
I always hear good things about Dead Space.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, the first two for sure I've heard good things about, and I never played the original either. I remember like a decade ago or whatever when the second one came out, I played that, and I thought it was just terrifying. Like I didn't want to play it because it was so scary. And then I played this, and I'm not gonna lie, I was never scared like once. I mean, maybe that's just being older, but at the same time, if I did have to say any negatives about it, I think it got really repetitive because every encounter is basically, an alien jumping out of the fucking vent at you again, an alien coming down from the ceiling. It's like, it kind of numbs you because it just like is constantly trying to jump scare you. And so I was so numb to it that I forgot that it was a horror game, and it kind of felt just like a sci-fi shooter. So if you're wanting to play a good sci-fi shooter, then it's a good game. But as a survival horror game, it kind of got a bit repetitive for me. Like, I was loving it at first, too, and then it kind of just went on, and I'm like, these missions are getting really repetitive. But, yeah, it was pretty good overall. So, I if I was to rate it, I guess, I mean, I would give it, like, a 7 or an 8. I'm feeling like a 7. Like, it was solid. It was a fun game, but I'm kind of, like, glad I got through it. So, just a side note, though, I am playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, which is a much better survival horror game, in my opinion. That also came out this year. That's a great fucking game.
Did you play the first two remakes?
Yeah, I love the first two remakes, and this new one, the fourth one, might be my favorite out of all of them. I think it's even better than those last two, honestly.
I have a soft spot in my heart for Resident Evil 2, but Resident Evil 4 remake is like mind-blowing. It is so fucking good.
It is. It's just so good, and I'm not even done yet, so I'm looking forward to continuing it. But yeah, definitely check out the new Resident Evil games. They're great.
Apart from the third one.
I thought the third was good.
It was good, but it was like 3 hours long. It was just like, I'm fine with short games, but like I paid €60 for like a 3-hour fucking half-baked remake.
It felt like a DLC. Yeah, I get that for sure.
I'm gonna group 2 albums together for my last one.
You're not allowed to.
I listened to. I can do what I want. It's my podcast. I listened to 2 albums, the 2 2023 albums that came out by Skrillex.
Oh. Damn.
Quest for Fire and Don't Get Too Close. I gave Quest for Fire a 5 out of 10 and Don't Get Too Close a 2 out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah. So the first one was definitely better, but it's still not the best. And like I don't really know what I expected from Skrillex, really, because like he's kind of been like out of the game for like a good while, and he comes back with this thing that's like basically entirely feature like heavy. So like there's like literally not even one song on the first one without a feature on it. I think a good example of like what I'm like talking about here is like he has like a song called Butterflies on the first one, and it's featuring Fortet, and it literally just sounds like a Fortet song. I feel like he's just not really having any like individuality in his music anymore. He's just kind of letting other people come in and do everything for him, and I'm really not enjoying that. But I did like Butterflies, A Street I Know, and Still Here with the Ones I Came With from the first one. That one was like, those songs were really, really great, but the second one was like a fucking chore to get through. It was really bad. Really fucking bad. So I would recommend like checking out his first one and the second one if you want to as well, but like it's really not that great of a return, and I was expecting more, honestly. So.
Does he do any like dubstep type stuff?
Not really. Like I mean dubstep's dead anyway, so like you know, like no one's gonna go and do dubstep now these days, I don't think. It's really just like electronic music, and it gets experimental at points, and it is like interesting, especially in the first one. I think it's interesting to see like his development and stuff, but like the second album kind of just felt like, I don't know, electro pop hits like one after the other, and they all sound the same. So yeah, that's not great, but yeah, it's good he came back and everything, and there's some good songs on the first one, so that's something. But yeah, not the best return.
So yeah, moving on to, normally we would do mini topics, but Spotify Wrapped has dropped, so we're doing that instead. That's a little different thing we're doing.
Big day for annoying people.
Yes, for everybody sharing their number one Drake spots. Is that the joke? Because everyone has fucking Drake. Besides, like, you guys, probably. Didn't everybody has like Drake.
Didn't you hear like the top two are apparently like Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift, I think. So.
Oh, of course it's fucking Swift. I mean, I guess.
I mean,
that's
yeah,
true.
obviously it's fucking Swift.
But I'll just start with top genres. My top genres were indie-tronica, rock, rap, art, pop, and electronica. My sound town was Brighton, UK. For fans of Fontaine's DC, Warm Dusha, and Green Tea Peng. So, my minutes listened was 60,786. I'll just get top podcasts out of the way. Number 5, Fellowship of the Mic. Number 4, Who's Right Podcast. Number 3, Jar Media. Number 2, The Official Podcast. Number 1, Yeah, No, No, Yeah.
Hell yeah, we're number 1.
Sometimes I just listen back because I want to see like how the episodes feel. So I think I'm just doing that
I mean,
too
I
much.
listen to it too. I listen to ours too.
Nice. The me in 2023 thing, I was hypnotist. Your concentration is absolute, friend. You like to play albums all the way through from opening track to final note, and that's pretty accurate. I do that.
Wow.
That is true. That's you.
Want to hear songs or artists first?
Let's do artists first.
Okay.
Songs.
Yeah,
Or songs. Fuck me, I guess. Just do.
You just do artists.
Okay,
I was just fucking around.
Number 5, Fontaine's DC.
Ooh.
Number 4, Of Montreal. Number 3, Roixop. Number 2, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Wow.
And a very surprising number 1 with Bonobo, actually.
Bonobo.
I think I listened to his album Fragments way too much, and I think that's what that is. So, yeah, I just couldn't stop. It's just so good.
Nice.
I'm actually going to go in reverse order for my songs because I think number 5 is actually quite interesting, and like Keelan would find it interesting, I think, more than anyone. Right, well, my number 1 song was Getting There by Flying Lotus and Nicky Radner, and that's like a song I've known since I was like 16 or whatever, and I just became re-obsessed with it and didn't stop, so there you go. Number 2 was Hard to Be Funky by Hot Chip. Number 3 was Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
Whoa.
Banger.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It is a great song, I don't know why, but I kept listening to it. Number 4 is Skinty Fia by Fontaine's DC, the title track of that album. And number 5 is The Mollusk by Ween.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Ween.
stop. Keelan got
It
me
is a
like obsessed
banger.
with that song. It was like the first one he put on our joint playlist, and I just didn't stop.
It is
There
an
you go.
amazing fucking song. Hell yeah.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, my top genres were art pop,
Mhm.
alternative rock, electronica, singer-songwriter, and rock.
Nice.
Well,
But my sound town is Santa Cruz, USA, where people are more likely to listen to Pavement, Jockstrap, and Hot Chip.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
wow.
Okay, starting at 5, this is gonna piss off Liam and Quinn, but for some reason it's I'm Just Ken at number 5.
Yes.
Oh my
What a
God.
banger.
I don't care.
It's so
at this
good
point.
though.
It's
It's really
okay.
fucking
It's a
good.
great song.
It's a really
It is
good
a
song, and I
fucking
listened
banger.
to it a lot after that. I mean, Mark Ronson wrote that song, and he's a fucking wizard. Anyways, number 4 is "Easy to Get" by Hot Chip.
Ooh.
Number 3 is "Miss the
Nice.
Bliss" by Hot Chip.
Oh.
Number 2 is "Stay" by Sharon Van Etten.
Mhm.
And number 1 is "A&W" by Lana Del Rey.
Ah.
Oh,
Wow.
cool. Wow.
2 hot chips
My
in
top-
there. I'm so proud.
I know. Well, my my top artists were number 5 is Röyksopp, number 4 is Beck, number 3 Spelling, number 2 Lana Del Rey, and number 1 Hot Chip.
Man, I thought
And I
that could be
was-
higher.
That's my lady.
I know. Well, and Hot Chip was in the top like 0.05%.
Wow.
And then I
We've a
got.
white girl on the podcast.
Oh. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna jigsaw you. You just watch out. You're gonna watch.
That's my dream. I want to be an assault
It's gonna
trap.
get you. My Spotify tarot card thing is The Alchemist. Listening is your laboratory. You create your own playlist more than other listeners do. Nice work, Doc. Doc.
And what was your total minutes?
30,000 and some change.
Mm.
947.
Pathetic.
He's really wanting to get put in
You're
that saw
dead.
trap.
You're fucking dead. Keelan,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Riles people up. That's all he does.
Do you want to play a game?
Yes.
I would
please.
like to play a game.
Is that Adam Sandler as Jigsaw?
That's the yeah.
No, he would be like, "Ooh, do you want to play a game?"
God.
I'd watch that.
So I think I said my listening town or whatever, Burlington, USA, because they listen to Ween and Boy Genius and fucking Black Country New Road. I don't even know where the fuck Burlington is, man. Sure, why not? I had 135 different genres that I listened to over the year. My tarot card was Mastermind, which is knowledge is power, listener.
That went straight
He's
to
the
Keelan's head, I
mastermind.
feel like.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power, listener, which makes you powerful indeed, as you like to study a wide range of different genres. Clever you.
Jeez. Just stroking your ego. That's what Spotify is doing to us.
Yeah, okay, but my total minutes listened to was 76,291. I'll do my top songs first. So, number 5, there's Doritos and Fritos by 100 Gex. That song is a fucking banger. I love it. Number 4 is Amarina by Elton John. You know, the song that plays at the
Oh,
start of
fuck
Dog Day
yeah.
Afternoon.
Fuck yeah. Yes. I thought that was going to be my top listens too, because I just...
There's
Oh, it's
got to
listened
be
to that all day.
there's got to be some from This Is Why in here, at least 2.
Number 3 is Figure 8 by Paramore.
Yep. Great song though. One of my favorites from that.
It's amazing.
Just heard
Number
that.
2.
Oh yeah, I put it on your
No,
playlist.
Number 2 is Hello Zepp by Charlie Clouser, which is the Saw theme.
Oh. You know, it's a great theme.
Jesus
That's a great
Christ,
theme, though. You
I
really
don't
are
know.
a mastermind, a psychopath.
I don't know why it's there. It's just there, okay? Number 1 is Going the Distance by Bill Conti from the fucking
Oh,
Rocky
hell
soundtrack.
yeah, dude. What the fuck? I'm surprised that didn't make it into mine. I've been listening to the shit out of that.
That
Which
song,
soundtrack? I didn't hear
The
that.
Rocky
The
soundtrack.
Rocky soundtrack.
Oh,
It's
played,
okay.
It's played in like the climax of every fight in all the Rocky movies. Okay, then my top artists. At number 5 we have David Bowie. At number
Nice.
4 we have 9 Inch Nails.
Oi,
And-
nice.
Whoa, whoa.
Number 3, I did not expect these guys to be this high, but 100 Gex was my number 3 artist. I'm very shocked by that. Their new album was great though, so I, kind of not really shocked. Number 2 was Death Grips. Any guesses what my number 1 is?
Yeah, it's very obvious. It's very, very obvious. Just
Paramore.
It's Paramore.
Yeah.
I listened to them for 4,193 minutes, and I was in the top 0.1% of listeners worldwide.
Ooh, 0.1. Wow.
If that doesn't get me to marry Hayley Williams, what will?
Right?
Nothing. That's the only way.
At some point, we have to just realize it's not happening.
Liam, it's gonna happen.
All right. Well, I'll finish off this with mine. So I listened to 113 genres, so not as much as Keelan, but still. Hey, I'll beat you.
Hey, it's better than me. You beat me
though later. Oh, I did. Yeah. And my top genres from top to bottom. Number 1 was rock, which is surprising because it's always been rap. Rock, then rap, then classical, then soul, and then art pop. So yeah,
that's pretty varied.
It is very varied. Yeah. For some reason, Berkeley, USA, Berkeley, California is like where people tend to listen to. They tend to be fans of Talking Heads, Steely Dan, and Drake. So interesting.
That's a wide range.
What a combo.
Yeah.
All those college
students very specific.
Putting on a bit of fucking agile.
Yeah, exactly. Played 6,946 songs, but my minutes. So you thought you had the most, Keelan. I've listened for 81,392 minutes.
Yeah, you just put you just put Spotify on while you sleep. That's all you do.
Look at that. No, I don't. It's all that gets me through work. I am at work every day with AirPods in all the time. It's the only thing that keeps me from going insane, I guess. I'll do my tarot card. My tarot card was also the hypnotist somehow. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, so I guess I listened to a lot of albums front to back, which doesn't feel like I did, though. Top songs from 5. Number 5, Deadly Valentine by Charlotte Gainsbourg. The Soul Wax remix, not the original. That was from the movie Megan. I was obsessed with that after the movie Megan. Mithrigan, or whatever.
Oh.
Mithrigan, yeah.
Yeah, you can say it right.
I know, but that's a great fucking song. Number 4, 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. That song is fucking hype. I love that song. Yeah, it's the only song I really like by him, to be honest. Number 3, Le Point Zero by Freedom Fry. It is a French song, and it's also from the movie Mithrigan, so I was obsessed with that. I don't know why. That movie had great songs. That had great songs in that movie.
It had a fun soundtrack.
It did. Number 2 is How Soon Is Now by the Smiths.
Banger.
Not because of the Killer, though. That was just a happy accident. They play that song. They play a ton of Smiths in the Killer.
It's nothing but the Smiths.
Exactly, yeah. And number 1 is California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh my god, I had to sing that in choir over and over again.
It's a great song. I think it's because I watched Chunking Express and they play that like 10 times in Chunking Express. And so that's like all I was listening to. To finish, I'll do my top 5 artists. Number 5 is David Hess. I did not expect that at all.
Oh
that was
my
literally
Quinn.
literally just because of the Last House on the Left
Holy
soundtrack.
Shit.
That's a great, amazing. That's like one of the best movie soundtracks ever, in my opinion. It's like the original Last House on the Left soundtrack. It's just like, it's so good. And number 4, yeah, number 4. I was shocked to see them in my top 4, but Sparks. How does Sparks in my top 5?
Probably because you went through their whole discography.
That's true, and it was a shit ton of songs, and they do have some good albums I do like, but I was still shocked because like I don't really come back to them anymore. I got through them and I'm kind of done. But anyway, number 3 is Steely Dan. I really love Steely Dan.
Steely Dan are great.
Asia is one of the best albums ever, honestly.
I've been listening to Glamour Profession recently. I love that song.
Oh, that's a great album too. Number 2 this is a big moment for me. He got dethroned. Drake is at number 2. He was always number 1.
Oh, no.
For years and years he was number 1. So now he's number 2. And number 1 is Talking Heads.
Oh,
so Talking Heads. Yeah. 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 So not too disappointed with it. Here she is.
Hey. Aw.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
She is cute. She's well behaved, a very well behaved cat.
Oh.
Yeah,
she
she's
seems
only
a lot
4
more
months old.
She seems a lot
She's
more
a little
comfortable with
sleepy.
you.
Oh yeah, she like comes to me and like is constantly wanting to like crawl on my lap, and the others really didn't do that much.
That's adorable.
Yeah, she is really cute. Oh, we didn't even do the podcast wrapped. Shit, we gotta get through that. We'll
yeah, true. I would like to.
Yeah.
Literally the only one I had on mine was yeah.
I didn't even. Oh, I meant like my.
He meant like the one for the podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of your top episode was number 24, Year of Yeah No No Yeah with Sir Tone Reviews. That's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Our top episode was Sir. Yeah. Thanks, Tony, for.
Fair enough. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, it was. I guess all of his fans just listened to that episode or something.
It was a good one.
It was
I had fun talking about Moonfall.
Oh yeah, we did talk about Moonfall. I didn't even see it. Still haven't seen it, but
it's so funny. It's so stupid.
It was streamed. That episode was streamed 225% more than your average episode. How is that even possible? 51% of your listeners discovered you in 2023. That's half.
That's
nice.
Half of our listeners.
We're growing.
Wow. We are growing slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Episode 25, Chanwook Chads brought in 10% of our new listeners. That's where it kind of started.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one too. You were streamed in 13 countries. United States was the top country with 56% of our streams. Your listeners' top podcast genres were number 1, comedy, number 2, TV and film, number 3, society and culture.
We are hilarious.
We bring in
this film nerds.
Yeah,
we are just that funny.
We are a Joker podcast.
Oh gosh,
we
come on. Every episode.
And, our listeners' top music genres were rock, pop, and rap. I mean, that's.
I don't know how that factors in at all, but okay.
Exactly. It doesn't really. I don't know why they don't. Our most shared episode was number 37, Cut. That was perfect. The Ed Wood American Movie episode. Yeah, that's crazy. How that was shared. And our podcast rating was 5 stars out of 5. Can you feel the love?
Oh, yeah. I can feel the fucking love. Let's go. Hell yeah.
We're better than Joe
that's
Rogan.
Great.
We are better
Still
than
at a
Joe
5-star. Yeah, technically we are.
So our listeners joined in our most listened to episode, like by like the same listener going back to that episode apparently was local Bo meets his hero.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a good episode, to be fair to you guys.
I did like that one. That was good, yeah.
We're a top 10 podcast for 40 of our fans, so that's cool.
Hell yeah.
You're a top 5 podcast for 31 fans, so I guess 31 of those are top 5. Could have just told me that.
And 31 of those, and 4 of us are
and 4 of those. Yeah. You're the number 1 podcast for 13 fans. So it just keeps going. That's kind of crazy. 13 of our fans are number 1. Well, I guess we could get into our main topic.
Yeah.
Which was Liam's choice.
Liam, take it away.
I mean, I picked alien movies, basically. I'm not entirely sure why I did that. Just kind of like came to me, and I was like, okay, let's do that. So
aliens are cool.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Aliens,
so
aliens are awesome.
I asked Quinn and Keelan to pick a movie that has to do with aliens, at least. And Quinn picked No One Will Save You. Keelan picked Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and I picked Europa Report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the variety that we pick because we have a very critically acclaimed popular movie. We have an obscure movie because I didn't even hear about Liam's movie, and we have a new movie. So from all different, Well, I think it's Keelan's. That's the first one.
Yeah, so Close Encounters of the Third Kind, very, very influential alien movie. Came out in 1977, directed by the GOAT Steven Spielberg. And it's about a man whose life gets fucking ruined because he sees an alien, a couple of UFOs fly past, and he becomes absolutely fucking obsessed with it. What did we think of...
I don't know if I'd say it ruined his life, but sorry.
Well,
what did we think of it?
Spoilers.
We'll get to that.
If he did, it was his own doing.
Yeah,
that's true.
But we'll talk about in respect to that.
There is. Yeah, I guess whoever wants to start. This was not my first time seeing it, so I don't know whose first time.
It was my first time. I think it was the only one where it was my first time. Oh wait, no, yeah, it was.
I'd never seen it. This is my first watch that I did today, and yeah, I guess since I picked it, I'll go first. I fucking adored it. I thought it was fantastic. Movies like this is why I get really pissed off when one of you guys say that Spielberg is overrated, because no the fuck he is not. He is so fucking good.
I don't think I say that.
I think you could just say me. You could just say my name. It's okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I was thoroughly entertained throughout. Like, I love how very kind of minimalist it is. It's very minimalist and abstract, and I really like that. I really like that, like, a lot of the effects are like very simple, you know, like flashing lights and all that. I love that shit. And I love that the middle section of the movie, like, it's just about fucking Richard Dreyfuss's character just becoming more and more infatuated with the fact that he saw an alien UFO, and he just wants to have confirmation that it exists, and it starts to take over his life. Like, you only really see the UFOs in the first act and the third act, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I think one of the things that I would have liked more of in the movie is a bit more characterization for, like, Richard Dreyfuss and his family, and also the mother and her son Barry. I like it as it is. I have no major issues with it, but I feel like the emotions that I was feeling, like, throughout could have been heightened if I cared a bit more about the characters. But as it was, I thought it was just, like, spectacular. It is one of the more unique alien films I've seen, really.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, the characters, I feel like, aren't the focus for sure. I think it's just more so on the spectacle. So, like, I kind of like rewatching it or seeing it for a second time. Then I was willing. I mean, I didn't really care so much either about the characters, but yeah, I also love the sort of simple approach, just like how grand it kind of feels, especially towards the end. How just like, and yeah, I kind of think it's just an interesting way to tell the story, because, like, you're right, it just seeing a guy kind of, I mean, we'll get to spoilers, I guess. I can't really say too much yet, but no, I also agree. Like, this is like top 3 Spielberg for me. I really love it. Maybe top 5. I don't know if top 3 is saying a lot, but yeah, it's just a great movie. I don't know, what did you guys think for being your first time though? Liam or Julie, have you seen this?
Why'd you say my name like that?
What? How to say your name? Liam.
I probably saw it when I was like, I mean, I could have been younger, but I mean, I remember it being on when I was like 7 or 8. My dad loved that movie. And yeah, it's like kind of a comfort movie. I love Richard Dreyfuss a lot, especially like 70s Richard Dreyfuss. He was like kind of a little hottie. And I think so. I mean, I always thought he was so cute in like Jaws too, which
haven't seen Jaws.
I don't know. He's like wearing jean jackets in Close Encounters, and I don't know. I just think he's adorable, and it's probably because I was a kid. There's something weird there, you know. But
yeah,
I was gonna say, I thought
I'm not gonna marry Richard Dreyfuss.
I was gonna say, I thought I liked how normal he looked. Because if you got this today, you'd have like a fucking, I don't know, Timothée Chalamet doing this.
Right.
Oh, I mean, my gosh.
He did.
He is a very normal everyman.
And that's something I think that Spielberg gets so right in his early movies. It's like, I mean, I love Duel and Jaws, and I love Close Encounters, but like everything feels like somebody's real home, like his house. Everybody's house is like there's
the family
kind of
dynamics,
and
just like
and
the family,
messy, and I really always liked that a lot.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Am I
go
the only
ahead.
person
No,
here who's seen The Fablemans?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I do
'cause,
want to see it.
The Fablemans actually kind of heightened my enjoyment of this movie because, like, knowing about Spielberg's family, it kind of carries over to Close Encounters a good bit. And there's that famous interview quote. I'll get into that in spoilers, but basically an interviewer uncovers a part of the movie that even Spielberg didn't intend while he was writing it, and he was like, "Dude, you're fucking right. Like, you fucking nailed it, and I didn't even know it. I just found out right now." But I like
Wow.
that shit a lot. There's a lot of like personal elements in it for Spielberg, obviously, and obviously it's probably what drew him to it because it's so intimate almost, despite its huge scale.
Yeah, it is really intimate. I think that's a really good word for that movie.
What do you think, Liam?
Yeah, what'd you think?
One
I
out of
liked
10.
it. No, fuck off. Just let me speak. I did like it. I like it more than I don't like it, but I honestly thought like the characters were pretty bad. There was not enough characterization there for me. I didn't really feel attached to anyone because I feel like a lot of the writing for them is pretty weak, personally. It felt like there wasn't really a solid like trajectory that the film was going on. It just kind of like bounced around from place to place, and like when you are following like Richard Dreyfuss, it's like interesting enough, but I feel like that like too much time is given to him and he's not really like doing anything sometimes. It's just like there's that one scene where he like kind of fucks up his whole house and shit, and that scene just goes on for like so fucking long, and I just was like, oh my god, just move on, please. But
That was one of my favorite scenes.
it just goes on for so long though. Like fuck, it just.
That's why
I kind of like. Yeah, I also kind of like just seeing him kind of lose his mind, like just the slow progression of like his family thinking he's crazy. He's building these weird ass like, just like,
His obsession.
just like what?
Yeah, his obsession with it. Like he's
Yeah,
seeing
his
the
obsession
fucking-
with it.
He's seeing the
Yeah,
shape
and just
everywhere.
like he's seeing the shape, and he's just like keep recreating the shape, and it consumes his entire life. And I just kind of like where that ends. His character ends up. It feels like this was like his purpose. At the end, it feels like he feels like he was like born for this, or like this is his life is set on a new path. And I just thought it ended so well for him. Like I just love the ending for some reason with his character, but we'll get to that. But
Actually, that reminds
yeah.
me. Do we know what cut we watched of this? Because I watched the director's cut.
I have no idea. I watched it on Prime. I don't know which one it would have been. So
Do
I don't know
you
either,
see
man.
the inside of the spaceship?
no,
no,
I didn't.
Yeah. Apparently that was a huge Spielberg wanted to do like a director's cut because he felt like the theatrical was kind of fucked with, and it kind of tightens things up a bit and gets it more to what he intended when the film was released. But no, I do see where you're coming from with like the characterization, because I also had kind of an issue with that. I wish there was a bit more substance to the characters, but at the same time, I also felt like the story was a bit bigger than just all the individual characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just like when you're following Richard Dreyfuss for like such a long time, I really just want like less. I don't know how to explain this. Fuck. Like I don't want them to be like so flippant with how they treat like the kind of antagonistic element of his life, like his family, like where they're kind of just like not believing him and like not listening to him or anything like that, but they don't really like give you any reason like why they're not listening. They're just kind of like, oh, it's like this guy's going fucking crazy, I'm going to my sister's, bye forever. It's like I really just want there to be like more there, but it didn't feel like there was.
It's kind of a thing of like inherent in humans, where like seeing is believing, that type of thing, and Richard Dreyfuss was the only one of them that did see it and was convinced that.
Yeah, but it's just like he had his family for like such a long time presumably, and then like they leave that easily because of something like that instead of helping him. Like,
I mean, dude was fucking throwing plants in the window.
Yeah, but
true.
like do you just leave your husband for that? Do you just like not come back or anything? Like, it's, I don't know. I wanted there to be more characterization, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
What would you do, Julia? What would you do if Liam was throwing plants through the window?
She'd stick
Hell yeah,
by
it's
my
just like
side.
Close Encounters.
I would.
Yeah.
I think I would believe Liam if he said he saw an alien, because he would not joke around about that. I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Really under the
Yeah.
influence of cannabis at the time. Could we get into spoilers? Because I feel like anything, substantial.
I think I kind of
say spoils.
I think I loosely kind of spoiled something anyway, so.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Well,
spoilers for Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
there you go.
Yeah. No, I didn't think about that when I was watching the movie, but it is kind of strange that they just don't show up again after she says she's going to her sister's with the kids. Like, you don't see her again, you don't see the kids again. It's just his journey going off to the fucking mountain with the girl whose son was abducted, which is a little strange. But also, that last act is, like, it's perfect. It is perfect.
Yeah, the last act is what, like, that's what kind of, like, makes the movie perfect to me. I'll just say I think it's a perfect Alien movie because, like, it just builds, the way it builds and builds and builds. I don't like my Alien movie. Kind of, it doesn't try and thrill you throughout the entire thing. It just builds gradually until it gave me that payoff I was wanting, basically. And it wasn't too much, wasn't too little. It was just right. And it was just fucking, I love the way that music was used in it. Like what was that little tone that they kept doing? I just fucking love that. I thought that was a really interesting way to communicate with them.
I did really like that part, but I will say that the score I didn't really enjoy. Because I felt like it was really, really overbearing. And I know that's shitty to say about John Williams, but, like, yeah. It just felt really overbearing a lot of the time.
I can get that. I enjoyed the score, and I was thinking about the score sometimes, because, like, when I'm watching a movie, like, the score is usually in the background, and I'm, like, passively listening to it, but, like, when it's in your face like that, I can get, like, it being like that. But I think it suited, like, just the spectacle of the scene. I didn't think it was, like, too much for what it was going for. And sorry, to bring it back to what I was saying about, like, Spielberg's parents or whatever, in that interview clip I was talking about, the guy was saying, oh yeah, how do they communicate with the aliens? Because, like, your mother was a musician and your father was, like, a computer technician, and Spielberg's just like, man, I didn't even think of that, but you're fucking 100% right. I thought that was, like,
I remember seeing that too. I remember that interview.
It's so cute.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But
it's just it's like a breakthrough he just had or something.
That's interesting.
And as well as that, like, I think the Alien movies I like the most, or, like, think about the most, I'd say, are the ones where, like, the aliens don't pose, like, an immediate threat, and this is, like, a perfect example of that, where they're not threatening. Like, you can spin the movie in that, they're just kind of looking around, and all the mysterious occurrences, with, like, the shit flying around, like, the woman's house or whatever, and then her kid getting abducted, you can just be like, oh yeah, they didn't mean to do that. Maybe not the kid.
Yeah, abducting children isn't threatening at all.
They didn't know.
Well...
Did you see the size of those fucking aliens? They probably thought that was a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really like that too. I like how the aliens weren't like, it's not like Independence Day or some shit. It's like they're nice aliens. Well, they seem nice at the end. They're just like walking around like, okay, I'm gonna take you on my spaceship if you want to go, that type of thing.
And Arrival is another example of one of those kinds of movies, and I love Arrival as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're both just trying to understand the aliens rather than
they're about
feeling...
language. They're alien movies about language, which is, like, really interesting, I think. I like the way... Yeah, it is. I like Arrival, but I really like the way it was portrayed more in this movie, like, just with the music. I just think that's really... Because music is just, like, a universal thing, no matter who you are, what you are. Like, it's something... For some reason, that connects everybody, so... I just thought that was a really unique take on it. So,
and having like the main, resolution to the conflict being just like 5 notes is like really fucking cool.
Yeah,
it's such a good way to bring it around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like the
really cool.
the ending where they're all gearing up to go on the ship, I teared up a little. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful ending.
Yeah,
I think one of my like problems with it though is just the fact that like it is an alien movie where it feels like it's more about like the humans and stuff and like seeing how they're reacting to everything kind of, and for that I feel like you need to have interesting characters, and I just didn't feel like they were that interesting. But even so, like it's still a movie that I like. I think it's good, but it's definitely like not in my favorite Spielberg at all. It's not one of my favorite Alien movies, but it is good. I do appreciate it. I think I respect it more than I like it. So
Yeah, but you see those little fuckers at the end? That's like an instant 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Little alien dudes, they're so cute.
Yeah, their big heads walking around.
they're just
like
so stereotypical alien looking though. It's like
I love that though. I love how they're just like waddling around. Like they're all clearly children, and they're just like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, where am I standing?"
yeah. Probably couldn't even see through those damn masks. But yeah, no, I kind of like. I honestly like movies to where the aliens kind of look stereotypical, because we don't know what aliens look like, and I kind of hate it when like movies go way out of the box and try and think like, what if the alien looked like this?
there's
like,
surely like a happy
crazy-ass
middle
creature.
ground we can find somewhere, right? Like not too crazy, not too stereotypical.
I think the stereotypical one can work really well. I mean, I think we'll get into it later. I think it worked really well in another film we were going to talk about later, but here I think it's perfect. I think it's like a really good look. Like they do look a bit clunky.
And they were kind of
like
concealed. And they were kind of like in the shadows. You couldn't even really make them out, to be honest. It was like all bright and shit behind them.
There's only that one shot of like Francois Truffaut like hand signaling with the alien. That's like the only up close view you get of the alien.
Yeah.
But I like that it wasn't all about that. It wasn't all about like the creature effects. It was just about the feeling of the moment, and I really enjoyed that.
And just one more point, I guess, for me, like to defend the whole characterization thing. I think sometimes if the movie is about the big spectacle, about the big concept, then I don't mind if the characters are kind of just blank slates, like really kind of like basic ass characters, because in my mind that means like it's less about them, it's like us being put in their shoes. We're supposed to be like seeing the movie through their eyes, so like giving them more and more depth isn't really important, but as long as it's like, what would we do in this situation, what would we think?
What I was
that's kind of how I viewed it.
What I was kind of hoping for when I watched the movie was like something similar to Signs, because that is a movie where it's like the humans are like way more fascinating than the aliens, and they're actually like great characters. So
you love them. Yeah, but that's true.
I don't feel like I really got that. Even with the family dynamic there, it's not as strong as Signs, so I didn't really latch onto it. But I mean, it's like I said, still a good movie.
It's an interesting point. It's like you don't fall in love with the characters in Close Encounters, but you're still fully invested in their journey. But it's just like kind of a parallel. It's like a different way. But I like the difference there.
It's like I mean, I didn't really care about what would happen to any of them, really. But I do care about the people in Signs, because they are fleshed out better.
Yeah.
Well, again, two different spins on like alien movies. Like,
that's
true.
true.
Signs is pointedly about the faith of like Mel Gibson.
Faith and family. That's the two main points of Signs.
I think
it's still a valid point.
They just have different goals.
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's still a valid criticism.
Thank you.
Actually, no, it isn't. Get off the fucking podcast for fuck's sake.
Anyway, Spielberg, still overrated.
Spielberg?
Oh, I'll kill you. I'll actually fucking slit your throat. Jesus, shut up.
You need to watch Jaws. You gotta watch Jaws.
You need to watch Indiana Jones, man.
And Indiana Jones, yeah.
I love Duel. I love that movie.
I really want to see Duel.
Yeah, me too.
So
I want to see most of his early stuff, like Sugarland Express as well. I really want to see that.
Did you know that the sound effect in Duel for the truck is the same sound effect in Jaws for the shark?
Really?
No way. Wow.
How the fuck does that work?
I don't want to get. I mean, it's like one noise and one scene in both movies, and it's the same sound for each like beast.
You don't remember when the shark was honking at him? You don't remember that?
You'll know it when you hear it.
That's like my only
when
flaw.
you watch it again. Yeah. Have you guys all seen Jaws?
No.
I mean, all of us except Liam.
Oh my god.
Come on.
It's one of the best movies ever, for sure.
It's really good.
On every episode, I feel like I hear this, like, oh, Liam hasn't seen something. Might as well fucking quit.
No, but it's
Please do.
But yeah,
good
closing
movie.
Thoughts on...
Not as good as Ready Player One, but we take what we can get.
Can we be serious for 1 second, Keelan?
I'm sorry.
I
recommend it, so I'll go. Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking hell, okay, Julia.
I just slipped right in there.
She said a 5 out of 5? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was thinking of a 9, but after talking about it more, it's gonna be a fat fucking 10. I like
go.
it the more I think about it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll add on to that. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. I'll add on to that. It's also a 10 out of 10. Third 10 out of 10.
I feel
Woo!
left out in every episode we record. Like 7 out of 10.
It's okay.
That's still a good score.
Aw.
That's still a good score.
It
As
is
long
good
as you,
score. I
yeah,
like it more
it's
than I
still
don't like
good.
it, and I respect it a lot.
I
Good.
respect your right to shut the fuck up.
Can you respect these?
These
Oh,
I got him.
come on. Come on.
looking funnier.
So juvenile. This is so juvenile.
All right. Well, moving on to Liam's pick.
Yeah. So all right. Fucking moving on to Europa Report, 2013. Okay, Europa Report 2013, directed by Sebastian Cordero. A crew of international astronauts are sent on a private mission to Jupiter's fourth moon. Really?
What is your experience with it? Because like you recommended it because you thought you remember a lot of things about it and you thought it was slightly underrated. Just give me your experience with it. Come on.
My experience
Get it
with
out
it was
there.
like watching it probably around the time it came out, I think. And I don't remember anything about the situation I was in. Like, I don't remember where I watched it or anything. I just know that I watched it. But liked it when I watched it. And it, like now watching it like quite a few years later, rewatching it, it's like... It is still like a really good movie, and it's still something I would call underrated personally. Because I think it's like a really good like contained thriller thing that doesn't really rely on like trying to give you what you want out of it. I don't think. I think it's just a movie where it's like teasing you for quite a while, and then like you feel like you're going to get to a certain point, and it's like it doesn't really give you that, and I kind of respect that about it. I like that it's more about like the contained environment and the atmosphere and like all that shit. So yeah.
I was just going to ask, do you remember anything specific about it that made you be like, yeah, let's fucking talk about this? Or is it just like, oh, I remember liking this?
I just remembered liking it. I remembered it had some stuff to do with aliens, and that's really it. There's not much of a story to it.
That's fine. Just trying to interrogate you here. Because what the fuck did you make me watch, you piece of shit?
I was not saying, he's like, what? He's like really trying to get at why. No, but
No.
I mean,
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You're the only
yeah,
one.
I really liked it.
I think I liked it the least out of everyone, so if you're gonna...
Keelan liked it the least.
Yeah, let's go from the bottom to the top.
From the bottom
Oh
to
my
the
god.
top.
It was kind of shit, wasn't it?
You can't say it's just shit.
There were
Review
admirable...
done. That's his review.
There were admirable qualities about it. I wasn't completely hating every minute. I don't think I even hated it overall. It was just kind of like a very passive view, and I didn't get a whole lot out of it. I really enjoyed the framing of it. I liked the found footage angle of it. I like how...
I think
most
that's
of
the one
footage-
thing you can like kind of we can all kind of agree on about it. I think the found footage element is really good.
I
Like,
like
it
that
feels
it's
very
just-
real.
Yeah,
It's like Five Nights at
absolutely.
Freddy's in space. You're just looking through security
come on.
cameras. But no, seriously, I did like that aspect that you're just looking through security cameras or whatever cameras like they may have in their hand. I thought that was very creative and well done, and it never really felt cheap. It just felt like, you know, this is the framing device we want for this movie, and we're just going to do it like this. And it always felt it kind of bridges the gap between like cinematic and sci-fi movie feeling, like, you know, like the Sci-Fi TV channel, like it's fucking film you see on there. It's like a nice middle ground, and it works for the movie in trying to achieve what it achieves, basically. That's what I'm trying to
like
say.
it feels like low budget maybe, but what you're saying, like kind of Sci-Fi Channel type thing. Like it but like what they're able to do with it. Like I also liked, that was the strongest aspect for me for sure. It was just like the found footage element, the realism, like it was very realistic. Sometimes to a fault for me, but like, I mean, I did appreciate it for sure. Like, I don't know if, because this reminded me a lot of another movie, but I think this executed it actually better. It reminded me of Apollo 18. I don't know.
It reminded me of The Abyss.
Especially
in like the last act.
Yeah.
I saw Keelan say that in his review, and the only thing that's similar is that there's like they're in a ship and there's maybe aliens.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way that it's trying to do it with like science and like the kind of what's the way of saying this? Like the futuristic realism.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like comparing The Abyss to Europa Report is comparing science to like Close Encounters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
a little.
In The Abyss, it's like all human character development.
Yeah.
And what the aliens are doing, and how that's creating their like whatever. But Europa Report is more about like uncovering science and like at what lengths, and it's less to do about who they are as people and more to do about like sacrificing for like the knowledge.
Yeah, this is one thing where it's like the lack of characterization actually works in its favor, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I watched it.
It felt to me like that they were trying to characterize him like a good bit. Sorry to interrupt.
I honestly didn't feel that way. Like it's just enough. I think.
It was very simplistic in like the way that it's like
yeah.
in the way it was like, you know, Charlton Copley's character was that he loved his wife and son, that sort of thing.
It's very bare bones, but yeah, I do think it's like a benefit to the movie personally.
To me, the reason that I was willing to like forego a lot of characterization in Close Encounters, not that I shouldn't be comparing the two movies, obviously, but like in an Alien movie where it's all about the spectacle, I'm fine with there being no characters. But with a movie to where it's where we're stuck with the characters for such a long time, and that's all we see for the majority of the movie, I was just kind of waiting for them to really like get me to latch on to them. Like, what were they willing to do to get me to really care about them? And I know that's subjective, but I guess I was kind of waiting for that point. I mean, because we'll get to spoilers. It kind of just depends,
like what you want to get out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to give everyone what they want, I don't think, but there is like an audience for people that would enjoy this movie, I think.
Right. Because like,
oh, sorry. Go on.
No, sorry. My last point. I was because like we'll get to spoilers, but I mean something happens to a character and I didn't feel anything, and I was like, oh, that just kind of happened, you know.
Neither did I. So like, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
I don't know, but what were you gonna say, Keelan?
All I was gonna say is I completely agree with Quinn. However, I can't think of another way they could have done any sort of major characterization without it feeling like staged and Hollywoody. Like with it with the conceit being you're looking through security cameras, it's like a fly in the wall type thing. I don't think there's a natural way they could have injected a lot of character into them.
Unless they made the movie like quite a bit longer, probably, because it is short.
Yeah.
But I have seen like, you know, sci-fi movies like this where people are trapped on a spaceship. Like it's kind of a common plot, and oftentimes the human drama just feels really forced. And as you're watching it and you're kind of flipping between what's going on and like what they've discovered in the future without any spoilers, it's like the focus of the whole movie is just the science.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do kind of wish that the movie stayed entirely on the ship, because I wasn't a fan of the interludes with the fucking guy from Fantastic Beasts. I thought he was fine for his part, but I felt like it could have been like a tighter and a more interesting and intense movie if we just didn't see
I like that it makes it feel more like a documentary though, because like
I like that aspect of it.
With that, it adds to the realism, which is like what I get, like the best thing I get out of the movie personally.
All right.
Spoilers for Europa Report.
Well, the first thing, obviously, it was just that death that I mentioned. I don't know. I mean, I like the cast, by the way. I like. Death? I guess the first death that happens. Oh, okay. Whatever, the guy that like didn't he? Yeah, he like pushed the other guy to like save him, right? And he flew out of the spaceship. Yeah. And then he was like kind of just like fucking lost out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked that part because it kind of broke up the pacing for me, and like, you know, was like, stakes were happening and whatever. It didn't like impact me, but I don't know. That's gonna hit people differently, you know. But
yeah, and the reason why he couldn't get back was kind of unclear. Like, he was. I just don't get why he had to die. It feels like a bit of. It just feels like trying to get the audience.
I mean, I don't know the science behind it or anything because I'm not an astronaut, but there was like some kind of like thing attached to his suit that was like. No, it was like something attached to his suit that was like it was like a disease or something, or a virus or some shit.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he like couldn't come in without contaminating the rest of the ship.
I thought it was more of a thing of like the rope they had was like broken or something, and one of them could only be saved or something like that. And I thought that was silly. But if it was the virus thing, then sure.
I guess if you're really spoiling it, I guess the thing that stuck out the most to me, and probably the only thing that will stick with me for sure, is the final shot, or what they like, the image of the alien. I thought that was really cool. I did like that. It was just kind of unexpected. It was kind of a powerful note to leave it on for sure. And I do like the idea of like it was so brief. I like subtlety in like alien movies and shit, and that was pretty subtle because it was just like that's all you get.
Yeah, and I like the commentary that follows after that as well. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, I like the whole like theme of like the lengths that people go to for science and like the sacrifices that have to be made, and like for just such a small bit of evidence. Yeah, for just like a small bit of like whatever. So like I like that. I don't know. At the time, I was kind of torn because I was like waiting. I felt like the movie was building up to some giant climax, and I was like, maybe this will like, it'll bring it full circle, or like it's been building up to this. And then I got that, so I was really conflicted on it. But the more I thought about it, it's fine. I kind of like it, but the ending.
I do really like that it doesn't give you as much as like a lot of other movies would probably give you.
The acting was like fine across the board, I think, but I think Michael Nyqvist was he was really good.
He was the best. Yeah, absolutely the best. I miss that guy so fucking much.
He's a good fucking actor, and he did do his best here. And I don't think the other actors were like matching his level, which I kind of wanted more of.
I liked Carolina Wydra. I thought her character was good.
Which one was she?
She wasn't the one with the short hair, right? She wasn't the short blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
She was not her.
She's the one. Yeah, she's the one that goes out and like sinks and dies.
I liked that scene a lot. I liked her like eyes only in that scene. I mean, it was scary. It was kind of a scary, creepy scene.
Just overall, like really hammer the fact that like the realism and the found footage element is what makes it stand out the most to me in any kind of way. Like if it didn't have that, if it was shot like a real movie, I think it would really suffer from it. So like just the really close quarters realistic feeling of it, which like I said, I don't know how much this movie owes to Apollo 18, because there was a found footage space movie that came out 2 years before this, but like nobody talks about that movie. But that was a found footage horror movie, and it was pretty bad. But so this executed it better, and this is kind of like what I was wanting more out of that movie, so I can appreciate that too. But yeah, like I think we need more like found footage movies in space. It's like not often you get those, and it is pretty executed.
I do
well.
Want more movies like this. I would like that. Like even if you aren't like a big fan of it, I'm sure we can all agree that like movies like this are unique and good, and there should be more of them, probably.
But yeah, I guess scores, unless anyone else has anything to say.
8 out of 10. Not perfect.
I gave it the same
good.
score.
Nice.
Same. 8 out of 10.
That's just because you're his fiance.
Keelan.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm joking.
Come on, man.
He's secretly not joking.
I'm joking. I am 100% joking, Quinn. Fuck you.
All right. Fine. Fair enough. You just want to be put in that saw trap. You're just poking the bear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make it as difficult as possible, please.
I was there. I was an apprentice. You didn't see me, but I was off screen.
If we panned over to the right, would we have seen you?
Yeah. I got a special job back in the day.
I would give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, it was solid. I don't know if I'd come back to it, but I'm not upset that I watched it either. It had commendable things for sure about it. So, a 6. Solid 6.
Yeah. I don't regret watching it at all. It was an interesting watch at least, but it just didn't do too much for me, really. I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
You guys, listen, I'm not sorry I watched it, but what is this?
I'm not sorry, but fuck.
Do you guys ever
movie.
say that you are sorry that you watched a movie?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. All right, well, moving on to my movie, the the newest out of these, I guess. It came out this year. It's called No One Will Save You. And let's see if I can pull up a plot. A young woman who's been alienated from her community, get it? Finds herself in a face-off against a host of extraterrestrial beings who threaten her future while forcing her to deal with her past. So yeah, I this was a fucking blind watch because I hadn't even watched a trailer for it. I just saw the main actress. I heard it was an alien movie and I was interested. People were saying it was similar-ish to Signs. And I was like, oh fuck, sign me up. So, yeah, I'm not like. I don't know, man. I feel like every alien movie gets compared to Signs now these days, just because it's fucking the best.
There's literally no dialogue, basically.
I think it was maybe
there was crop circles.
Yeah, there was that one small crop circle in her yard.
Oh wow, must be a sign. Might as well be Scary Movie 3.
Home. That's Signs at Home.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, that is Scary Movie 3.
The reason I heard of this movie is because whoever distributed the movie, it was like Fox or something, they had a thumbnail for the trailer that was like a clickbait trailer, where it's just like there was like the scene of like fucking Caitlin Dever running away from the alien, and there's like a red circle around the alien in the background, and this was uploaded to like the official fucking
with
Fox
an arrow pointing to it.
Fucking
exactly like that. That's the only reason I'd heard of this movie in the first place. I was like, that's really funny.
Things
this movie
you
looks
didn't
bad.
know about No One Will Save You. Oh man, that's.
But I think I'm the
weird.
only person here as well who's seen the director's other film, Spontaneous, which I fucking hated. I did not like that movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
So
watch
I wasn't
that
really
at all.
I wasn't really looking forward to this one, but the fact that it had no dialogue was kind of a push because the dialogue was the worst thing about Spontaneous. But
Wow.
But yeah,
I was about to say that's something that stands out the most with this movie, isn't it? Like the weird gimmick of like no dialogue, which it's kind of a random thing to apply to this movie. Like I don't know what they're trying to say exactly, or like why the story needed it. But I thought they pulled that off. I thought they pulled out, like I was fine with the no dialogue thing, you know.
But it's like it's easy to pull off when it's just like somebody running around in their nightgown.
Yeah, I guess.
I think with the no dialogue thing though, it was well done, but there is some scenes where it's just like it feels like there should be dialogue here. Like it feels kind of unnatural.
When she, this is not really major spoiling at all, so I don't need to do the thing. But like when she confronts those two people, and like you think they're gonna fucking say something, and then they don't, and it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, it just feels very unnatural.
Yeah, but then again, the whole movie kind of feels unnatural, especially the ending, which we'll get to. But so I guess maybe that's what they were going for, just keeping you like even more at like uneasy, like why the fuck is nobody talking? But I don't know. I thought it was really weird. I don't think this is spoiling it either, because it happens within like the first 15 minutes that we like see an alien so damn soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I liked that or not, but
sorry, I was shocked that they fucking blew their load so early. Like it was just like, oh, there he is. Look, it's the alien. I did like the design of the alien though. Like it is like another old school alien. I really liked the design of the alien. And
I'll back that up too. I like a good cheesy stereotypical alien. If it doesn't look like I don't need some crazy big like Arrival type fucking alien. I kind of don't mind, especially for a home invasion movie. Like I don't know what else you make the aliens look like, you know, for something like this. I mean, but this is like. It's kind of like it kind of feels like a big Twilight Zone episode. Like this is just like your classic alien type thing, you know?
I suppose so.
Like that's how I viewed it, at least. Like this is kind of your, it's, I don't know, it's less so about the design, but more so about like what they try and say in the end or do in the end with it.
I liked his little toesies. I like his little toes.
His little toes. Dude, those were cool, right? When the fucking, like, it turned into like a hand. That was kind of weird.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't feel invested in her like sad story at all.
Oh, me neither. I just thought it was a fun ride.
I honestly think like the characterization is the worst in this movie. Like it's just kind of like, oh, we're gonna like tease you about this little thing for a while, and then it's revealed what happened, and then it's like, okay, I don't give a fuck at all.
That's exactly how I felt. I don't know. Like I don't know. It just felt like kind of a weirdly pretentious in a way movie.
Maybe just with a no dialogue thing. That's the only pretentious thing I kind of sensed about it, because like I don't know, and I didn't mind. I kind of liked how they like slowly revealed, like, because at first I was wondering like, why does everybody hate this girl, and it kind of like that at least kind of kept me interested. Like I want to find out what the fuck she did. So like that kind of aspect of it kept me interested. I mean, the payoff to that, or like the reveal, I probably didn't care as much about. I was like, okay, I figured that's what happened. But
Even then,
just like,
sorry,
I'm just glad they didn't blow their load on everything right away like they did with the alien. You know, they didn't like say right away like, oh, she did this. Okay, well now what's the point? But I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could have been stronger for sure, like the reveal or the story or whatever.
I just felt like I could already tell. I was like, oh, she did something. These people must be like the parents. You know, like it just kind of was all like, I don't know.
It's kind of predictable for sure. Yeah.
But even then, it was kind of weird, like how everyone seemed to hate her when this incident happened like quite a while ago, and it could be chalked up to just like youthful naivety.
An accident.
You know?
It was an accident. It wasn't like, Which, I agree with you, Keelan. I was like, why does the whole town fucking hate her?
Yeah, the whole town hates her. Like, why doesn't she move? I don't know. There's just so many questions you can fucking.
And also, what does she do?
How does she get that house?
That like she doesn't have a job or anything, and like
that I just assumed she like inherited it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought, because didn't her parents die? Wasn't there like? I thought her parents like there's a.
I have no idea.
I can't remember because like she visited. Oh no, that wasn't their grave.
No, it was their grave.
Oh, both her parents' grave.
Yeah.
Oh, so her
like
parents were dead. I figured she
movie.
inherited it. Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, she was just like sitting by her parents' graves, like near the beginning of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she like tries to like wave at those people, but she's acting all like awkward and like scared and stuff. Like I kind of so that's what I figured. I didn't even bat an eye at that. I was like, oh, her parents died, so she still has the house, I guess.
It just did such a bad job of like trying to make me care. I feel like, because it's just that it's really, really bare bones with like what the story is, and it's basically just like a home invasion movie after that.
The alien was goofy as fuck.
It was.
The alien
I
was
love
so
that though.
I don't like the aliens.
I love that.
I didn't. I wanted it. You know, I like wanted. It starts out like kind of as a thriller, and you're hearing all these noises, and it's like, here's the alien, and he's a goofball. You know.
The one thing that I like did like about the alien stuff was like that thing that like crawled into her mouth and shit. That was cool. I like that.
Oh well, yeah, we'll definitely get into that with spoilers for sure.
Yeah.
I guess
that's why
because I want to get
too deep into it. But
because I want to talk about the other alien designs, but we'll probably save that for spoilers. But yeah, I mean, I wish there was more of that though. I wish there was more like because when early on, before they actually reveal the alien, when she's like, you can hear it creeping around in the house, and you kind of just see its like image blurred behind something. Like, I love that shit. I wanted more of that. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be more of a home invasion with the aliens. Like, I thought that was genuinely kind of creepy.
It felt quite like subtle for a while, and then it just goes like full.
It just it fucking blows its load all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I still don't know how I feel about that, but. I didn't mind it in the same way Keelan didn't mind it, where it just goes batshit crazy, and I'm kind of along for the weird, fun alien ride for some of it. But I was, yeah.
The problem for me though is that it doesn't really translate well into that kind of like all-out ridiculousness. It's just like, hey, like we're giving you something that's like substantial here. We're giving you a hook where it's like, you know, what did this girl do? Are we gonna find out more about her or whatever? And then it just goes like full batshit crazy, and it doesn't really have like a good way of bridging that, you know.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought I was supposed to be taking it seriously, and then it's like it's not. I can't take it seriously. So
and also these aliens are weak as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Caitlin Dever as an actor, but like as a protagonist, like I didn't like her at all, really. Like it wasn't like I particularly cared if she or the alien won.
I thought she was really good here. I thought she did well at communicating like the emotions that she needed to. I thought she was good.
Yeah, I thought she was fine for what it was, for sure.
But that also might be because I do like her.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I do.
I just think she
agree.
has like a really I
No,
just
it's
think
okay.
she has like a really innocent, like vulnerable quality to her. Like she's like a little girl, even though I don't know how old she is. So like I thought that's why casting somebody like that was like probably the best way you could do it. If you wanted somebody who instantly feels vulnerable and like kind of like weak and innocent, like
Yeah, but
and
then
so,
she
like,
fucking
they don't
beats
need
their ass.
dialogue. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
She also produced the movie, so.
Maybe she wanted to just beat up some aliens. That's why she produced the
I
movie.
guess.
No, but I do agree in that I didn't really give a shit about the character, and I didn't really give a shit about what was going on in the story. And I feel like this could have worked better as a short film. Like, with the
Probably.
concept, with the no dialogue,
yeah.
because it did feel like... It did feel like just a string of just, like, suspense scenes and action scenes. And I liked it for that reason. I thought the suspense scenes were really well handled. I thought the action was fun. But there's just no hook in terms of, like, emotional investment. But I can enjoy it for, like, a goofy little fucking alien movie.
I can appreciate things about like the way it's made and stuff. I think that it has some good elements there, but yeah, the story and character, it's just like it throws it all out for me. I don't know.
Yeah. It needed to be like more compact for sure.
I will say though, like I also think the story and characters, I didn't care as much about them either. But the more I thought about what the movie was trying to say, like I liked that in the end, and we'll get into that with spoilers. So I'll just get into that now if you guys don't care.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right.
Spoilers for No One Will Save You.
I liked the idea of like, yet again, okay, she's alienated from her community, haha. But also the fact that like it's kind of it's a weird take on an alien movie, because it's like it's an alien movie, and this is just the way I interpreted it. But like where getting probed by an alien ended up being a positive thing for this person. I mean, like the whole thing in the mouth, because like in the end, you know, she's basically in this like, it's not real, but it's kind of the world that she wanted, or like the world that she wishes she could live in, and the aliens gave that to her. And so in a way it's kind of like, oh, I guess that was a good thing for her in particular. But I kind of like, I thought it was an interesting, like what they were trying to say, or what they were trying to do, I guess. Like, I definitely didn't see the ending coming. I was kind of confused at first. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, but then the more I kind of thought about it. So I don't know. I liked what they were trying to do with the twist, or the ending, I guess I should say. You know?
I just felt like she was so annoying. Like, she had that little town that she was building, and she just was kind of like, nobody likes me, and I live in this big house and these aliens. And then like in the end she's like, well, I just can't live in reality, so like everybody's, I don't know, I just didn't like her.
In that way, I thought the ending was kind of horrifying, because that concept really terrifies me.
Doesn't it? Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Which part, or what about it?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, what Julia said, like an invasion of the body snatchers type situation, where like,
yeah.
You know, or even if it was trying to go for like a Matrix type thing, where like there was a utopia going on in her head, but she was just like asleep on the alien ship or something.
That really is something I like in movies too. But the movie at that point, it was kind of losing me a bit, just because, I mean, I didn't care as much by the end of it. And some of the moments that were supposed to be fun, it did kind of like, I was really torn between it, because like I was trying to take this movie seriously with its aliens, and then when she's getting chased by that like big fucking like, it gets,
that thing was fucking huge.
He goes huge, but also the one I was laughing out loud when I was watching it. It was the little one in the kitchen, the small alien in the kitchen. So it's like,
yeah, that great.
It was goofy as fuck. It just gets so goofy, and so like I don't know. I have so many conflicting feelings about the movie, because like there's things I liked about it a lot, and then like it felt
honestly,
like two different movies.
I feel like it just
different
needed
movies.
to go with one tone, you know?
Yeah.
It's just really all over the place tonally.
Because, and just like what Quinn said, it's like, if this movie was trying to be campy on purpose, then it wasn't enough to convince me that it was supposed to be like over the top for the sake of it, like, because it wanted to be serious. It wanted to like take itself seriously and be silly.
Yeah. It goes from like Spielberg to fucking Sam Raimi. Just like those are the
I
only.
don't know if
you
it goes to either of those guys, but
I mean, if I
is a
was to
bit
think of the
Raimi
closest
sometimes.
thing,
It is a little Raimi.
when it's the little alien in the kitchen and shit's just getting crazy, I was like, this is like goofy as fuck, like something I could see like Sam Raimi doing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and
I
obviously
can
not
see
as
that.
good, but
yeah.
Well, if we're talking about comparisons between directors, it feels a bit more like Peter Jackson-ish. The small little alien, like when fucking Brain Dead with like the little fucking baby zombie.
oh god, Brain Dead. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I just if it really stuck with one of those two tones, I really felt like it could have been a great movie. Like if it stuck with but the fact that it is such a mixed bag, I don't know, it really suffers from it, and I don't know, I liked a lot of what it was trying to do, but I had so much higher hopes.
I think that's
Had
the
a lot
main
more
thing. It just
potential.
needed to pick a tone and go with it.
Scores, I give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I had so much higher hopes for it. So like a 6 out of 10.
I'm right with our good friend Quinn. I give it a 6 out of 10. I liked it. I liked watching it. I'll never watch it again, but I liked it for what
Same.
it was.
What's your
2 out of 10. 2.
Holy
Two.
shit! What the fuck?
Two's
I did not
brutal.
fucking like it. I didn't like it. I was like, I just didn't like it.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
God damn.
Damn.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I've been rating everything out of 5, and I probably would give it like maybe a 1.5 out of 5. So what would that
So
be
that'd
out
be
of
a
10?
3. That'd be a 3 out of 10.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
then 3 out of 10.
Good.
Well, I'm
Slightly
right
better.
there with you, with my good friend Julia. 3 out of 10.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Who saw that coming? Yeah.
2 for 2.
Well,
It's
In a
not
way,
just
keeping it
because we're
balanced.
together, I swear to God. It's just like...
Yeah, and that's not the only reason I liked Europa Report, Keelan. You
That was a
goddamn-
joke. That was a fucking joke.
I took it personally.
There are things I appreciate about that movie, though. Like, No One Will Save You, I mean.
Good.
But,
Good.
yeah. Still quite negative on it.
All right, well, I guess we'll get into listener questions, baby. Yeah, shout out Film Forager. She said, what would you like to see more in upcoming alien creature movies? I don't know.
Slime and ooze.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Character
Slime
Yeah.
and ooze.
That's what I'd like to see.
Ooh.
More hand feet, like in No One Will Save You. No,
Oh my god.
feet hands.
No, he's
I like
spitting.
those
He's
feet
spitting.
hands things. I'm spitting facts. And more telekinesis aliens. No, I don't know. Yeah, more just get creative with the alien design. Like, I'm not even kidding, I guess, about the feet hands. Like, get creative with shit like that.
Get this man some feet hands. Stat.
Yes. Get
They were
Tarantino
so
on
cool.
this.
Maybe some more body horror. Just a bit of gore. Get some. I haven't seen many gory alien
True.
movies.
Yeah, you don't see those. I mean, The Thing.
I want to
The
see...
Thing, you do.
I want to see an alien movie where they're, like, really, like, all-out fucking violent. They don't hold back.
Yeah.
They just beat the fucking shit out of people. That would be cool.
You ever seen Mars Attacks?
That would be.
I haven't seen Mars
Oh
Attacks.
shit.
So sorry, my friend is waiting outside, so
Okay.
Oh shit.
It's
You
okay.
stuck around for most of it, so
I know.
Okay.
Am I
Yeah.
lame?
Little
Liam will
bit.
have to
No,
say
I
what
gotta-
happened to me.
gotta
Somebody
do
hit
what
my
you gotta
car. Somebody hit my car, and I've been driving a rental for like a month.
Yeah.
do. Those bastards.
My God.
Wow.
Yeah. And he lied to his interview.
Gosh.
He lied.
Wow.
So yeah. Anyway,
I will
I'm so
say-
sorry, you
Maybe
guys.
he was
Say
an
your
alien.
goodbyes to the audience. We will
Okay.
miss you.
I only got one question, and it was so fun to be on here, like spur of the moment, and I had a good time. I hope you guys
Yeah.
did too.
We
did.
did.
Thank you for coming on, Julia.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for coming.
thanks for joining.
Shout
Yes.
out your shit if you want to. as well.
I'm first and foremost a patron of this podcast,
First and
and
foremost.
I don't really care. I post about movies sometimes on my Instagram, which you listeners hear every time they shout me out. So if you don't know by now, then you're dumb.
We'll put a link in the description.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we'll link you.
Okay.
That's our
description.
listeners you're talking to.
All right, I gotta go.
Thanks for
All
coming.
right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Come on,
Yes.
Julia.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Keelan. Bye,
Bye.
Quinn. I love you, Liam, and I'll
love
talk
you
to you
too.
later.
Ew.
Bye.
Bye.
Now that the women are gone.
Also from Film Forager, what does your movie Alien need to have besides feet, hands?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, always needs her. It needs Kurt Russell with a big hat.
Yes.
Can we just be serious for 2 seconds?
I don't know if an alien in a movie needs anything specific.
No. Like the alien design, she mean.
Yeah.
I just want more like unique designs, not like the same as all the other ones. Honestly, I think there's a like place for having like a stereotypical looking alien and stuff. Like I think that movies can make that work, but I really just want like more unique designs. I really like the look of the one in Europa Report, as like split second as it is. Like I really do like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
A cool design would be cool, but I don't think it's necessary all the time. I think it just needs when I think it just needs to pick a side. Like I was saying, I like alien movies where the alien don't like pose an immediate threat. I'd like more of that. I'd like more of friendly aliens. Give me that.
Yeah, that we do need that. Yeah, friendly aliens.
Meanwhile, I'm saying like I want them to beat the shit out of people and shit.
Yeah.
I have a positive view on society.
I'm literally Ryan Gosling, so I don't have a positive view on society.
Bruh. Do. Okay.
What? All right.
He's doing nightclub.
Oh, okay. I was like, that went over my head. Last thing from Film Forager, not really a question, but she said, check out Sputnik if you both are binging alien movies. It's a gem. That was actually the one, that's a new-ish movie. Came out like a few years ago, and that was actually the backup I had in case one of you picked the one I had. So like I kind of wish I picked that one now, because I did hear that was she's always hyping that movie up.
Yeah, I do want to watch that.
From Valor Films, thoughts on Super 8 and its alien design.
Haven't seen Super 8.
I haven't seen Super 8 since like it came out.
Same. I was gonna say the same thing as Keelan. I haven't seen it since it came out, and I don't even remember what the alien looked like.
Oh yeah, that's actually cool as shit. Yeah, I like that alien.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah. Just, I didn't remember it.
Let me see.
I like
Super 8.
Oh,
that thing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
That is
I do remember liking Super 8. Although
that is kind of cool.
The thing I remember the most about Super 8 is that there was like a playable teaser trailer for it in Portal 2, which was weird.
What?
Like
in Portal 2?
Yeah, there's like in the bonus features of the game, there's like a little mini teaser trailer thing where you just walk through like the train wreckage from the movie.
Huh.
It's really cool.
Wow. That is cool. Portal 2 is an amazing game.
Did you know they played the Tenet trailer in Fortnite?
Oh. Was that after or before the Travis Scott concert?
They also played like the entirety of Inception on like one of the screens, I'm pretty sure.
And Interstellar and The Dark Knight.
Yeah. It was like you go to that place in I don't know where it is exactly, but like there's like a big screen or whatever. It's one of the places you can land, and they just played the entirety of Inception and Interstellar on there.
That's nuts. Oh
I know.
And
gosh.
Most importantly, Fortnite is in Star Wars lore. It is a part of Star Wars lore.
It's a part of Marvel lore too.
One more reason Star Wars is going to shit. Oh.
Fortnite's everywhere. Can't escape it.
It is. It's too much.
What happens in Fortnite is actually very important to the Rise of Skywalker, which is really fucking weird.
No fucking way. Oh my. Last question. Yep. We have Anton_KinoLove. I'm really trying to figure out.
Yeah, that question is hard to decipher, honestly.
This is a puzzle box of a question.
I looked at it and I was like, what does this mean?
What a comic book adaptation. What a comic book adaptation. The worst - The Marvels or Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, which has not come out yet.
I haven't seen either of them.
You can't see one
that hasn't even come out. Yeah. You can't see one of them and nobody wants to see the others. So like it's like
hey, come on.
No, I mean by nobody I mean in general the world, not me and Keelan. But
the rest of the world, just not Liam.
I want to see them both. I'm looking forward to both of those movies.
as if that's better. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't know what the question means, but thanks for the
I
question.
don't know either. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. We don't. All right. Well, if that's it, before we shout our shit out, then Keelan, it's his turn for the next episode.
It is.
I believe. Yeah.
What's on the menu?
Boys, I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm feeling a bit Christmassy. I'm feeling a bit jolly.
Oh, no. We're doing a Christmas episode.
We're doing a fucking Christmas episode, baby. Let's go.
I didn't think this day would come.
Oh, man.
I hate Christmas.
All right.
Oh, me too. But I just want to watch some Christmas movies.
I just don't like all the money I have to spend. I hate that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the worst part, but I love it's like, it gives me some warmth to this cold heart every year, you know?
These movies are sure to get you in the Christmas spirit. I picked 3.
3?
I haven't seen any of them. Okay, so the movies I've picked are Carol, directed by Todd Haynes from 2015.
I do want to see that.
Yeah,
and
me too.
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Keelan, no.
Hey,
Yes.
I've actually...
yes.
I don't watch any Muppets at all. I don't fucking care. Like,
I have
watching the
actually
Muppet
heard that's a
Christmas
good
Carol.
movie.
I have heard it's very good movie.
I won't understand
has-
But I've
the
never-
lore.
Michael Caine's in it.
Oh,
so-
there you go.
And I'm sorry for this last one, Liam, because I know you don't like it, but we're going Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, I've been wanting to rewatch that shit, actually. I have been wanting to rewatch
This is going to be the worst episode of the podcast.
I just wanted to pick Christmassy movies, and you said you wanted
Hey,
to
no,
rewatch
Pick better
Eyes Wide
ones,
Shut.
like Love Actually.
Fuck off.
Love Actually slaps. You haven't seen it. You don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch at least 2 of them, and one I've already seen.
I'm excited to watch one.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that'll be
Alright.
interesting.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I hope I enjoy
Alright.
Eyes Wide Shut at a second viewing, because I really didn't the first time.
I'm hoping you do. I'm hoping I like it.
Oh, you haven't
Oh,
seen
you
it?
didn't... Wait, you haven't seen it?
No.
No?
I
Holy
haven't seen
shit.
any of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Then why'd you
that's
pick the Muppets?
surprising.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl.
Of course.
Only Keelan would have the
I do
Muppet
want to
Christmas
see it
soundtrack on
and be ready
vinyl.
for the Muppet movie recommendation someday. I like the Muppets.
Okay. All right. Well, you can find... That's it. You can find me at Views... Oh, God, I can't even speak now. Views by Quinn on everything. I'll link it below. Instagram, Letterboxd, all that. Thank you.
And you can find me at Movies Music Me on YouTube, Letterboxd, all that bullshit. Follow the link in the bio.
Linktree's in the bio. You can find me on Only Shallow and everything. Give me a follow, why don't you? You'll get to see my ratings before we do the episode. Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting.
And then we'll link Julia's stuff too.
Yes,
So
yes.
keep an eye out for that, folks.
Thanks again for joining us, Julia, if you're listening.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it. So see you next time, and peace out, bitches. Yeah.